Good morning, Pisces. This is Nightbird Tarot. I'm here to do your daily check-in. Today is July 4th, 2026, but when you find this message is when you're meant to receive it. We're going to pull an oracle card, and then we'll pull some tarot cards to get an overall reading for you. Let's call in spirit and see what's going on. Okay, Pisces. Happy Independence Day to all of you in the United States. Hope that you're all doing well and enjoying your holiday weekend. Welcome to anybody that is new here. And welcome back to my subscribers. Thank you for being here each and every day. Let's see what the overall general reading is for you for the day. I'm going to do a monthly reading as well. I'm going to be putting that one out as soon as possible. So look forward to that. Spirit message for Pisces. What do they need to know at the time they're viewing this reading? This will be a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. So we have the word scorpion and the word power. So let's read from the book on the scorpion and the word power and the message for that. If I can find my book. Here it is. Okay. It says, the scorpion with its venomous sting and formidable appearance symbolizes power, intensity, and protection. Known for its ability to defend itself and strike with precision. The scorpion represents the use of power and control. This card suggests that you may need to assert your power or protect yourself in a situation. The scorpion reminds you that power must be wielded with care and intention. So assert your power and take control of the situation. Protection and precision are your allies right now. So really about protection. So let's pull some tarot cards and get an overall message about this power and protection for you, Pisces, and what Spirit needs you to know. Oh, I had a what's the T in there? I have to get that out. There is a card in here. I just want to pull that out. Sorry. It's distracting me. One more shuffle. This is such a large deck. There we go. Got the deck. All right, Pisces. Let's get a message from Spirit. Spirit, message for Pisces. What do they need to know at the time they're viewing this message? So in the past, you went through some chaos. Perhaps you left something behind. This could have been something to do with family or the home in the recent past. And you left something behind to start something new here. Is what it feels like in the recent past. This Knight of Wands reversed is something that, you know, this was unforeseeable. You didn't see this happening, Pisces. You didn't know that you would land in some type of turbulence, some type of chaos within the family or home unit. It was unforeseen. But with the Six of Cups here, I feel like, you know, this is moving on to something new. Or an upcoming situation that occurred. We'll go back and clarify in the past. So a situation occurred, you did not see it coming. It has something to do with the family or the home where you left behind a lot of chaos. You moved on to calmer waters. The present moment, the Star card, the Lovers reversed, the Six of Pentacles reversed, So just flying out here. The moon, your energy, and the Eight of Cups reversed. Okay. So there's some type of separation that you're going through at this time, Pisces, at the present moment. It's almost like something did not come to fruition for you. Some hope or something that you hoped would turn out did not turn out. Something that you hoped would help did not help. And you had to separate yourself from somebody that you may have been married to, perhaps, or you shared a home together with. This almost feels like a divorce you didn't see coming. Somebody was very selfish in the relationship. They may have even been like selfish with money, never wanting to spend anything. We'll go back and clarify. We've got the moon here. This is your energy in the reverse position. I feel like you're lying to yourself about how bad this might have been. We have the Eight of Cups here as well. I feel like you're getting through it though. Like there was a big change you didn't foresee coming due to some type of situation where there was a lot of chaos, a lot of turbulence, perhaps within a relationship within the home. You had a lot of hope. You had hope that things would change, things would get better, things would be okay, but they weren't. Somebody was very selfish, never wanted to do the work to make things better, the things that you hoped for. This is some type of romantic relationship where you had to remove yourself or separate yourself from this individual. But it's like you're walking away with your head held high at this point. You're seeing things through. But it's almost like you're lying to yourself about how bad it was. Perhaps like when you talk to others about your separation, you're like, yeah, we're just not compatible or something like that. When behind closed doors, it got pretty bad. We'll go back and clarify. Near future. King of Pentacles. Near future. Five of Pentacles reversed. Things are looking up for you in the near future. I think you're going to be sitting very proud about what you've accomplished. You may learn of an infidelity, or you know about the infidelity in the near future. There could have been an infidelity. But you're on the trajectory for growth at this point because there was no growth in this situation. You're waiting to see what the future is going to hold now, Pisces. But I feel like you're proud of yourself here. The situation has improved. You're feeling better. Your health could be better. Yeah, back of the deck, this was very painful for you. I feel like we've talked about this before. I'm like, I'm looking at this going, this is the same story. But it's almost like you had to protect yourself. You used your power to protect yourself in this situation. You did it by removing yourself. Please clarify the Six of Swords. Yeah, there was the wheel was turning in your favor. It was time to move. It was time to do something different. And you did. And you walked away. Please clarify the Ten of Cups. So something happened within the family unit here with this Queen of Swords being reversed, where somebody may have lost their temper. or said some things, cruel things to you, which led you to leave. That was the chaos and the turbulence. There was a lot of arguing or just somebody being really cruel. Please clarify. Or they lost their temper. Please clarify the Knight of Wands. Okay, Spirit. Yeah, there was an imbalance with this person. This person could have like a bipolar disorder. And there was it's like they went one place 1 minute and then they went another place real quick. And they lost their temper in the past. Please clarify the Six of Cups. So the passion burned out from all the conflict. So you left the turbulence, the chaos. Please clarify the Star card. But you know, you're very disappointed that things didn't work out, Pisces. Whoa, the present moment. You know, you're protecting yourself. Four of Pentacles. That's what this is about. The present moment, you're using your power to protect yourself from this energy. Please clarify the Six of Pentacles. You dealt with a very selfish person. You could be still dealing with this selfish person. Somebody that can be a little sneaky with the Seven of Swords here. So you dealt with somebody who's very selfish and sneaky. Seven of Swords. You're protecting yourself. Protecting yourself from the failure that was this relationship. Please clarify the Lovers reversed. Yeah, there was an imbalance in the situation. You could have been dealing with a Libra. And you're no longer blinded by this person. They're no longer manipulating you. You walked away from the manipulation and the imbalance of this person. This selfish person who is sneaky, conniving, Jekyll Hyde. There's an imbalance here. You're protecting yourself by using your power, by using your mind here, Pisces. Please clarify the Moon. You know, when you see the moon, you think of the word Luna, meaning lunatic. That's what we're dealing with here. But you have victory over this. This person with the manipulation and the mind control, the master manipulator who had you blinded and in this imbalance for so long. You have now victory by manifesting through your mind a new start here, Pisces. Please clarify the Eight of Cups. Yeah, so you're doing things unorthodox now. So, you know, I'm being called to say, you know, you had an awakening of some sort. You may be putting bells on your door, using crystals around your house. You're doing something unorthodox in order to protect yourself and to stay in your own power here, with the Hierophant being reversed here. But you're seeing things through. You're standing in your power in order to protect yourself from this situation. You're no longer going to be going through this pain again. You're very disappointed by it didn't work out, but you know you're never wanting to go there again, and you're protecting yourself. Please clarify the King of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Please clarify the King of Pentacles. I feel like in the near future, you're going to feel very proud of yourself for standing your ground, protecting yourself. But you do have a romantic suitor coming in. They may be wealthy. Things are going to improve for you. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. You're going to use your intuition in order to create something new in your life where you're feeling better. There could be some romantic person coming in. This Knight of Cups. This could also be just what you're wanting to, this is what you want. This romantic suitor. Somebody who's logical. You'll use your intuition when it comes to this person. Please clarify the Empress. Now, you may get involved with somebody that may end up cheating on you. But I don't really feel like that's the case here. Sorry, Pisces. I feel like you're going to spend some time alone. I think you're going to use your intuition about not getting involved in a romantic situation in the near future, because I feel like you're going to use your intuition at this time and do more growing. You know you need more growth after what you've gone through in order to before you get involved with somebody new. That's kind of what it's feeling like. So you're going to see what happens. You got the Three of Wands here. You're going to wait and see what happens here in life. But I feel like you're going to retreat right now in the near future in order to grow. I feel like your intuition is telling you to do things differently. There could be suitors that are coming in for the near future here, Pisces. But I feel like you're going to be logical about this and use your intuition to know that you might need a little bit more time for healing and growth. Please clarify the Three of Wands. So yeah, I don't think they're going to cheat. I think this is more of you just growing. This growing that you're going to have during your rest and recovery. Yeah, you're waiting for this happily ever after. Ten of Pentacles. You're not settling for less anymore. Yeah, this is a big change. But with change, comes metamorphosis. So you see like the butterflies coming out of the cocoon here. There's a metamorphosis that is happening with you, Pisces. You've gone through a lot with this situation. You tried. It looks like you tried a lot. And you got to a point where you said, I got to protect myself. I got to protect my power. You stood in your power. You got victory over this person who was selfish, conniving, sneaky, imbalanced, a master manipulator. You did things differently this time, unorthodox. You could be using crystals. You could be using, spell work, anything to change the situation, and you did, and it led you to victory. In the near future, I do see you may have suitors coming in here, Pisces, male or female. But I feel like you're going to retreat. You're going to use your intuition. You're going to say, you know what? I need to grow more. I'm not going to get involved with this suitor at this time. I need more time to myself in order for growth after the pain that I've gone through. You're going to use your intuition because you know what you ultimately want. You want to await and see the happily ever after here. You want the happily ever after. This is a big tower moment in your life, but through change and breakdown grows new life, metamorphosis, new creation. Interesting. What is the advice here for Pisces? I feel like we've talked about this, but I feel like, what the next step is that you're realizing that you need more healing time. Yeah, you've been disappointed by life. What is the advice? Okay. The advice is that, no phone call, no email, no communication is going to make this better. Okay. No going to a counselor, blah, 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 gifting. Nobody's going to give you a new life. You have to create this life is what Spirit is saying here as your advice. By creating a new life, you're doing this through your intuition, by listening to yourself, listening to the divine. No one is going to fix this. No one is going to gift you a new life because of your disappointment. Nobody's going to be calling you. Nobody's going to be reaching out to you, communicating to you on how to do this. This is you standing in your power to protect yourself. And by doing so, you're using your intuition in order to move forward. By using your intuition, you're going to realize that you're not strong enough just yet in order to move forward or to take on a new romantic partner at this time. You have healing to do. You have growth to do in order to get to that place of that happily ever after that you so much want and await for. But the advice here is no one's going to hand this to you. Nobody's going to give you this gift that you want. You know, nobody's going to be calling. Nobody's going to be like, hey, I've got this friend. Or, you know, no magic person's going to fall out of the sky for you, especially after this disappointment. What's important in this message is the power that you have within you to protect yourself by using your intuition, by making things better, by retreating and relaxing and resting in order to bring in more growth in your life so that it can eventually lead you to waiting for that happily ever after. Beautiful reading here, Pisces. I'm going to pull a message from the universe to finish up here. But yeah, you know, this is Independence Day today. You know, this is pretty much standing in your power and your independence. This is your Independence Day here, Pisces. You made it here. You have the freedom. You used your determination. You did things unorthodox. You stood in your power. And now, not only had you stand in your power in order to remove yourself from this stuff in the past that gave you great pain, you're now realizing to listen to yourself and knowing that you've got some growing to do, some healing to do after this, before you step foot into another relationship. And it doesn't have to be romantic, even though we have the lovers there. This could be a friendship. This could be family members. This could be anywhere you were treated that way. Cruel. Somebody was really cruel to you. They may have lost their temper with you. There was conflict. They dimmed your passion. A message from the universe to finish up the reading for Pisces, please, Spirit. Don't let them dim your light here, Pisces. It says in relationships, the biggest thing you must look for is consistency. And I feel like you were looking for that consistency, but with the star card being reversed, it's like you lost hope because there was never consistency. So every time you forgive someone who is not being consistent with you, you are giving them permission to hurt you again. You deserve better. And I feel like that goes for any relationship. What is the saying? Hurt me once, shame on you. Hurt me twice, shame on me. Or something like that. Hurt me 3 times. I don't know what the saying is, but it's like, you know, hurt me once, you know, you forgive them, you know, hurt me twice, you know, shame on them. Hurt me 3 times. Then it's like shame on you for letting them continue to do this to you. But you did it. You walked away. You stood in your power. You protected yourself. I feel like in the near future here, Pisces, you're just going to really take some introspection into your time and growth. You're going to retreat here, Pisces. You're really going to love yourself. You're going to start using your intuition when it comes to people more. You're going to follow your intuition on what your body and your soul and your mind needs. I feel like a new suitor at this time is not the best idea for you because you've got growing to do. You got healing to do. But it'll come. Your time will come where you're going to be seeing that happily ever after here, Pisces. let's leave the reading there. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, hit the hype button, hit the like button, hit all the buttons if you want to. And I will see you tomorrow for your daily. Have a wonderful 4th of July celebration, and I will see you then. Namaste.